Hey there, thank you so much for joining us here, Mississippi Live Weather, for this update about 12:03 on this Tuesday. You can see, I think, beside me here, the Facebook page for 8 Days of Hope. Honored to be joined by Steve Tybor, who is the founder of 8 Days of Hope. And Steve, I know that you guys have such a heart for this region, the community. We talked yesterday about, trying to get some feeding ministries in place. And I know you have an announcement you're just now making about how you're expanding your operations here in North Mississippi. Is that correct?
Yeah, Matt, thank me on, and I appreciate it. We love Northeast Mississippi. So many people in Northeast Mississippi has traveled with us around the country to serve people in need. So when you see the need right in your own backyard, you can't ignore it. So yesterday or 2 days ago, you and I shared that 8 Days of Hope was providing food starting today in 3 communities, Tupelo, Blue Mountain, and New Albany. And those addresses were on our website. Last night, we added a 4th site, Corinth, Mississippi. So today, thousands of meals are being delivered to those 4 communities. If you need a meal, a hot meal, all the information is on our website at 8daysofhope.com. We plan on providing food until the need ends. And so if that means a week or 2 weeks, that's what we're going to do. Of course, the food is no charge. We just want to love people and bless them with a small gesture of hope. About 3 minutes ago, we just sent out a press release. We have 4 arms of 8 Days of Hope. We've been doing this for 20 years. And our second arm that we launched in 2014 after the tornado in Tupelo is called our Rapid Response Arm. That's an arm that goes very quickly after disaster. We bring hundreds, sometimes thousands of volunteers, and we bring heavy equipment in, bobcats and bucket trucks and hundreds of chainsaws and volunteers that are trained to use this equipment. We just announced a couple of minutes ago that we're going to Oxford, Mississippi with our Rapid Response Arm. That means the goal will be starting this weekend. Volunteers will start showing up on Friday. The first day of serving in Oxford will be Saturday. And for at least 2 weeks, if not longer, there will be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of volunteers operating heavy equipment, blessing families in need. And so very simple. If you want to volunteer, you go to our website. Now, our website is going to be updated. If it's not updated right now, it will be in the next 30 minutes. This is like hot news that the press release just went out. But you can volunteer on our website. Any skill set will be allowed. So people like me who have no skills or very little skills, there's a place for you in Oxford, Mississippi with 8 Days of Hope. You can serve for a couple days or you can be there for a couple weeks. We provide food and lodging, and it's free. And again, all the information's on our website. If it's not there right now, it will be there by the bottom of the hour. Our Rapid Response Arm is going to be pivotal in helping Oxford take a big step forward in its recovery. Now, I know a lot of your viewers, Matt, they're very passionate about their cities, and I get it. I do. I love Tupelo. I worked in Boonville for 20 years. I have a lot of friends in Northeast Mississippi. You have to start somewhere. Just like we started with 3 feeding areas, we're at 4, maybe the number 5 is right around the corner, more on that later. But we're going to help out as many people as we can. I know that today we have some people in New Albany serving some people. But Oxford is going to see plenty of volunteers with 8 Days of Hope and heavy equipment arriving over the next 48 hours. And Saturday will be day number 1 of our Rapid Response Department deploying to Oxford. So excited to serve families and try to bring some hope to those who are feeling hopeless.
Yeah, and I know that is, to a certain extent, a kind of common feeling with so many folks, because they're largely just, in many cases, still homebound, right? I was talking to a friend, a former colleague, when I was at the TV station, who lives in southern Union County, and she's like, it's cold, I've got a newborn here. It's a little scary, all things considered. And I would say she's in a more fortunate situation than most. No power, but a newer home. There's a lot of people that beside me that's on your website there that came from the city of Oxford. This is going to be a long process.
I was on a national TV broadcast here just a little bit ago, and people think this is a quick fix. They think, well, in a week or 2 things will be back to normal. I hate to say that, because I have so many friends in Northeast Mississippi, but there is no quick fix. There's going to be a lot of hard work, and there's going to be some pain and suffering. The churches and the fire department and people we're working with and getting food out. If you live in New Albany, if you live in Blue Mountain or Tupelo or Corinth, and you can't get to where the food's at, reach out to that organization that's on our website. I know that there's some people actually delivering food to the shut-ins. Or, I talked to a family this morning. They have a tree across their driveway. They need food desperately. They don't have a lot of means, and they need hot meals. They're looking for hot food and maybe a way to get to a warming station. And so we know there's a lot of situations out there like that. So again, if you want to volunteer, I always tell people you can do three things. You can pray. As a man of faith, prayer matters. And I tell you, more than ever before, be praying for the people in Lafayette County and Elkhorn County and Lee County. Pray for your friends and neighbors who don't have power. Pray for those who maybe are running out of the canned goods in their pantry and they need a meal or a blanket. Pray for those who have trees that have fallen on their house and they can't get out, and literally their house is exposed to the elements. That's happening right now. So pray for the volunteers. Right now, I know there's volunteers coming down from New York, Kansas, Kentucky, Tennessee. They're coming to Mississippi to help our friends and our neighbors. Second thing you do is volunteer. You don't have to volunteer for a week. You can come for a couple days. You can come for one day. We'll give you a great looking t-shirt. You can meet some people from around the country. It's free. We'll teach you how to do what needs to be done. If you can drag a limb to the road, we need your help. If you can carry debris, we need your help. If you know how to operate a chainsaw, we need your help. If you feel comfortable going on a roof and tarping a roof, we need your help. If you can make food, we need your help. Go to 8daysofhope.com and volunteer. I always tell people, pray, volunteer, and the lastly is donate. So we know we're going to be making tens of thousands of meals. If you can make a meal for $3, $4, $5 a meal, that's a good inexpensive meal. If you do 50,000 meals, that's $250,000. But we always say yes. We don't worry about the money part. But if you want to donate, know that all of our fixed costs are covered by our partners. You can donate online, or you can text the word "give" to 86373. Make a donation. Every dollar you give won't go to a salary, a laptop, or a plane ticket. It's going to go to buy food or provide relief to those in Northeast Mississippi. So pray, volunteer, and donate. We hate that we're needed, but we're excited to help.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's going to be a while. So I want to go back to something you said a moment ago there, because one of the things that people keep asking me on Facebook is, that there is this immediate need for food, for to a certain extent shelter, but honestly warmth. And you mentioned, if some folks there, do need feeding, that they can reach out to some of these organizations you see there, First Baptist Church in Tupelo, Hillcrest Baptist there in New Albany, Blue Mountain Fire Department there, and the Wheeler Grove Baptist Church. So those are people that they can reach out to possibly, try to get that first connection.
Yeah, well, I mean, they will find a way to deliver a meal. I know that Hillcrest and New Albany, I know, they're willing to think outside the box. If people are hungry and you can't get there, reach out to that church. They will do all they can to get warm meals delivered to you. And so, again, we're going to be doing this every single day until the need is not there anymore. We know that we might be in Oxford. We haven't deployed our feeding team yet to Oxford. More on that, I think, down the road a little bit. Right now, we want to get a rapid response team set up there. But we think the need for food in Northeast Mississippi is going to be a while. We're so thankful for these churches, these fire departments, and for all those organizations that are partnering with us and others to bring hope to these families who feel right now there's nowhere to turn.
You mentioned it requires no skill to do this. And me and every member of my family, including at the time my sub 10-year-old daughter and son, were able to help out after Amory. I think it was a ways after Amory, but after Amory down there.
Yes.
And you're right. I mean, it's all ages. It's an opportunity to teach our children about serving, but not just a teaching moment, but a true helping moment, and to see people's eyes light up when they realize maybe somebody cares. Maybe somebody's coming for me.
Absolutely.
I think is a huge, important thing. It was so rewarding to us and clearly helps the community at the same time.
You know, as a man of faith, I've always want my kids to experience their own journey, right? Because at some point your kids grow up and it's got to become their faith, not mommy and dad. It can't be, Matt's faith or mom's faith. It's got to be their faith. And I think one of the things that I love about 8 Days Hope is we're family friendly. Now on these rapid response trips, which is in Oxford, you do need to be 16. Rebuild trips any ages like you did in Amory. But
Yeah.
when our kids are part of the solution, when our kids get a chance to see God move, when our kids see random meetings with people that are strangers who 3 days later feel like your next best friend because you've been serving that widow with work around her house and she's making you cookies or she's sending you a Christmas card. I tell people all the time, the greatest sermon I ever heard is the one I saw. I want my kids to see Jesus in action. My kids have been on, gosh, probably 40, 50 disasters, trips serving people in need. They've experienced the fact of, hey, I'm going to go home tired and my body's sore, but my heart's going to be full because I saw God move and I saw God use me with my gifts. And I tell people, you don't have to operate a chainsaw out of a bucket truck. We've got trained people to do that. But once they cut that limb down on the ground, we surely don't want them pulling that to the road and wasting time where they could be taking a tree off somebody's house. And so again, volunteer. We're going to start Saturday. We're scheduled right now to go right to February 14th. So take a PTO off of work and come bring your spouse, your child, your grandchild, come serve with us. All the information is on our website. If you live outside the area and you're, in Alabama watching this or Memphis, Tennessee, come hang out with us. We provide food and lodging every day and every night. We start with worship and devotion. You're going to meet people from all over the country. I promise you, you're going to go home tired, but your heart's going to be full every single day. Oxford, we can't wait to come and help.
And yeah, like you mentioned, there are people on these crews that tell you, we need you to do X. Great, because they've been through this before. Because when you walk into one of these situations, and what people are going to be walking through in Oxford, it's going to be a little overwhelming if you didn't know what to do. So that's where the experience coming from local people, make people that are in charge and know make such a difference here. And it's just, you guys do such an incredible job with this. I'm so glad to be able
Thank
to
you.
hopefully magnify that somewhat. So again,
Yeah, thank
volunteer
you.
efforts begin Saturday, right?
Yeah, so you can sign up. You can sign up this afternoon on the website. You just fill out the volunteer form. There's a waiver, a T-shirt size, some questions. We need to know if you're going to be lodging with us. You let us know how long you're coming. It tells you you'll get an email telling you what time to go, where to go. We're partnering with First Oxford Baptist Church. I think is on the website. I probably should have looked at that first. If you live in the Oxford area and you need help. I think there's a way right on our website, but you can email us at rapidresponse at 8daysofhope.com or info at 8daysofhope.com. Please do not go on Facebook and message us and say, come to my house. We got to take that information and send it forward. But if you can email, if you live in the Oxford area or in Oxford itself, and you have tree damage, you have a hole in your roof and it needs to be tarped. If you have trees covering a car or your house or your driveway or on your property, you can email us. We'll put you on the list. We will do our best we can to help out as many people as possible. It starts Saturday. Pray, volunteer, please donate. You can do all that online at 8daysofhope.com.
Okay, so one more time, that email address, I'm trying to type it out here real quick. Info at 8daysofhope.com. Is that where they email?
Yeah, I think they do that or rapid response at 8dayshope.com. Here's what I'd
Right.
start. I should have looked at this. Go to the website, and if there's not a link right now, when I hang up with you, I'll call a person oversees that and find out from them. And Matt, I'll post a message to this video of how people, if they want to get help, where to email. But I think it's info at 8dayshope.com or rapid response at 8dayshope.com. But again, within a minute of hanging up with you, we'll make sure we post it in the comments section. I'll do that myself.
Okay, I appreciate that. I do have to ask this, and I don't know if this is one of those God wink moments or this is an intentional thing. Y'all are going to be wrapping up, at least the plan at this point, to wrap up on February 14th. That's Valentine's Day.
It
Intentional, or
is.
is that for God?
That's a God thing. I know that I've spent many Valentines at a disaster site without my bride, and she understands. And I know a lot of our volunteer spouses would understand too. But bring your spouse. Maybe you're a handy woman, or maybe you're a young lady, and you think you can pull limbs to the curb, which I believe that most people can. And maybe your husband's going to work in the kitchen. Come with your spouse. Join us. If we're still there on the 14th, the evening, because we might extend this. I personally think we'll extend it because I've seen the damage. It's just unbelievable. If we do, I'll promise you this: we'll have a special Valentine's dinner that you'll never forget.
And I've always said, so I hate taking down my Christmas decorations. I hate it, not because of the time, but because we take the grayest, darkest, most dank time of the year and we remove the sparkle that makes it happy. So I've always said you keep Christmas decorations out till Valentine's Day because nothing says love like Jesus Christ. And so,
Amen.
anyway,
Amen.
that's always been my joke. So excited that you're
I
going to
love
be
it.
doing this. I'm going to be watching your website. I'm going to see if I can get over there. We'll see if we can get a babysitter for the
Right.
kids. I know Rapid Response is a little different there, and it might just be me.
Right.
But so excited for the love that you guys have for this region. Anything else you want to add?
Mhm. I'm going to be there Friday in Oxford. I'll reach out to you Friday afternoon if you have availability. I'll maybe give you a quick call from our headquarters so people know where we're at. Again, all the information is on our website. You can also sign up for our text alerts. Maybe you can't go anywhere the next 2 weeks, but you've always wanted to go on a trip with 8 Days of Hope. Text the word HOPE to 86373. 86373 is where you would put a name, text the word HOPE in the message line. And whenever we go anywhere, we'll send you a text. We'll invite you to come. Of course, it's always free. We provide food and lodging. But Matt, I'll be in the area this weekend. And again, if something changes, you're one of the first people I'm calling now. So you're the first one to have it. The news stations just got it. So I'm not going to say you owe me one. I think I owe you one for getting me on, but thank you so much.
Hey, you know what? We're all doing God's work in the world, and if
Amen.
this helps even a couple other
Amen.
people to come and volunteer, that's the goal, right? Try to help out our Mississippians, our brothers and sisters. Steve Tiber, 8 Days of Hope
Amen.
founder. Thank you so much for talking with here on Mississippi Live. Praying that there's a big turnout, and certainly that things can go swiftly there in Oxford. But I think, as we both know, this is going to take some time.
Yes, sir. God bless you, man. Thank you, Matt.
God bless you too. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, so
Thank
again,
you.
as we kind of wrap up here, cold temperatures out there as we look toward the next couple of days. This afternoon we do expect temperatures to kind of go back above the freezing point. Expectations by about 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Hopefully, temperatures getting up there into the 30s. We did talk to Oxford Mayor Robin Tannehill just a little bit ago. One thing she was asking, and I do think this is applicable beyond Oxford, is that maybe we stop the water dripping for a little while longer. So from now till, let's say, at least 6 p.m. to try to allow water pressure to come back in some locations. We talked to Steve Tiber, 8 Days of Hope, just a moment ago. I can pop up their website one more time here for you. There's a place on the front page where you can click to volunteer. This will be updating here in just a couple of moments to help out fellow North Mississippians in the Oxford areas where they do a rapid response. And their rapid response is truly, they have millions and millions of dollars of equipment that they bring in and help people out for free. Those in particular that can't help themselves, to try to get things to where it's at least passable. They don't fix everything. We're not rebuilding all kinds of houses here, but what they are doing is at least trying to get things where they are somewhat more doable. And so they are doing that. And if you missed this, and I do think this is an important part as well, they are doing mass feeding in a number of North Mississippi locations. If you're able to make it to Tupelo First Baptist Church, they are doing it there at First Baptist Church at 300 North Church Street in Tupelo. Hillcrest Baptist Church there in New Albany, one of their partners, that ongoing. And then on the 27th, so that'd be today, from noontime, just started until 2 p.m. in Blue Mountain up in Tippah County. Served there from noon until 2 p.m. on 103 South Guyton Street there in Blue Mountain. Wheeler, Corinth area, again, we're looking at 21 County Road, 519. That'd be Wheeler Grove Baptist Church. So close to Corinth, not in Corinth, but that'd be Wheeler Grove Baptist Church there, and serving meals from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. today. Now, I expect this list to probably be updated again for tomorrow. They are hoping to add additional locations, but if you need food, these are places where you can get that food. It's free of charge. And certainly these are folks that are hoping to love on you as well. He did mention that if you do need assistance trying to get to these locations, and again, I don't know that that assistance is going to come in time for food to get there or possibly get to you, that you can call these different people, look them up. If you're able to watch me, you probably still have some internet access to be able to look up. I don't have the phone numbers for these different places, but First Baptist Church Tupelo, Hillcrest Baptist Church there in New Albany, Blue Mountain Fire Department there in Blue Mountain, and then the Wheeler Grove Baptist Church near the Corinth area up in Alcorn County. All people that are working to help out. Again, power restoration is continuing, but it's still extremely slow. And talking to folks, and we posted a video a few minutes ago on Facebook of from the Pontotoc County area. Dare I try to live on there, dig into Facebook. We've been posting a lot of stuff, so trying to get back to the specific post that we just made. Might take me a minute here to try to find that. Again, this is some of the power restoration efforts going on there in the Water Valley areas. They're getting the equipment in place. The Water Valley Electric Commission there showing the transformers, all the other things it takes to get the power back on. Some of that equipment is getting into place because there's only so much of that equipment they keep on standby in a situation like this as well. So things trying to progress there. And this video coming from the folks reposted by the folks at the Pontotoc Electric Power Association. I'm gonna see if I can make this kind of full screen. That might not go full screen for us, but that's okay. But look at this, the kind of stuff, reaching there with a pole saw, trying to cut down these trees, trying to get the weight off the lines, because until the lines are clear, power crews can't fix them because it'll just arc, the connection across will arc, and then you'll have problems. So it's just, it's such an arduous process to try to get things in place to where restoration can occur. And so there's just so many layers to it. So I know there's so many folks there that are trying to help out and get things better. And it just takes some time. Steve posted in the comments there below, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in here. info at EIGHTDAYSOFHOPE.com. So this is, that's going to be too long, but we're gonna put it on there, and then I'll fix it here in a second. Give me a moment. If you would like to help out with 8 Days of Hope and volunteer, you can do that on their website. If you need assistance, there we are. If you need assistance in the Oxford area, you can email info@8daysofhope.com. And this is going to be as part of their rapid response crew that's deploying starting Saturday. So for Oxford assistance, go to info@8daysofhope.com. That's the email where you would want to send those requests. And again, their website updated here in the next few minutes where volunteering starts. You can volunteer starting this Saturday as well. With that in mind, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. Our next scheduled live broadcast, and clearly we've done a few more of these than what we necessarily straight have scheduled. You can get that. That'll be coming up tonight at 5 p.m. here in the Room to Room Weather Center. We're tracking the cold. And again, to, I think, emphasize something we said last night. There is no second round of winter precipitation of any kind of significance. I think I might have had some flurries in there. But as you've seen the last couple of days, you can sometimes squeeze out flurries when we're this cold and it not be something of significance or impact there. But it is going to be very, very cold ahead, dangerously cold weather ahead, looking over the course of the next few days, and especially going back into the weekend, a huge drop in temperatures again there. We'll be tracking that here in the Room to Room Weather Center at that point in time. Want to say also that we do believe that Tupelo Public School will be going back to school tomorrow, and we will have updates on it going to all those school closings. You can find those in the Mississippi Live Weather app. Just look for closings in the menu bar there, and I believe it's probably on the home screen as well. Warming centers, again, open a lot of locations across North Mississippi. You can find those. We've tagged this a couple times on Facebook, but the North Mississippi Storm Chasers have a comprehensive list there. I might see if I can get that list into our app. For all of us here at Mississippi Live Weather, I'm Matt Lawpon. We'll see you come up at 5.
Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven roasted chicken, topped